All right, let's jump back on that horse. 52 at 52. My name is Matt McDowell, and welcome. I count down the jobs that I've had in my 52 years, tell stories about them. And here we are this week, job number 24. Car wash blood donor. Now, before I get into that kind of mysterious title, let me set the stage here for you. I've just graduated from one of the most prestigious film schools in America. I have a job in Hollywood and actually was offered a job in development at this company called Largo Entertainment. I can't remember the movies they made, but they were pretty big at the time. Instead, I decided to move to Provo, Utah. My wife at the time was interested in going to hairdressing school, and she had family connections in Provo. So there I was in Provo. And I had a friend who said, hey, I can probably get you on at the Osmond Studios there. They didn't call it the Osmond Studios, but it's where they filmed the Donnie and Marie show. And he goes, yeah, go in there, drop my name, and I'll hire you. So I was excited, and I went down there. Here I am, a big shot, Hollywood, film, UCLA film grad. And I sat there, and I met the guy, and he goes, oh, yeah, come back. And so week after week, I would come back and wait in the lobby and ask to see him. And in the movies, when you see the guy waiting in the lobby, and finally he just gets fed up and just barges into the guy's office, and the guy's like, I'm so impressed. Well, I never did that. And so the question is, when does perseverance become humiliation? And it becomes humiliation the second that you don't barge into that office, that you just kind of slink away and never go back. And that's kind of what I did. So I never got a job at Osmond Studios, but it wasn't called Osmond, Granite Studios, something like that. I can't remember what it's called. So I got a phone call in the morning. I think I signed up for some sort of temp service. I can't remember how I got this phone call, but I got a phone call. Hey, can you come and work at the car wash today? All right, it's January. I'm happy to work in the car wash at January. What my job was is as the cars would come out of the, they'd go through the thing, the washing part. This was one of those ones you weren't. It wasn't a drive one. It was all hand done, like the kind in Breaking Bad. As they would come out of the car wash, my job was to quickly dry them immediately, because if I didn't, the stuff would freeze. The stuff being the water would freeze on the car. So all day long, I'm down there just wiping these cars down as fast as I can. But you never get any tips, because the guys who finish it over there, who do the fine detail and hold up your card, they're the ones who get tips. So I was making them a minimum wage for like a day, and then I was beat up, man. And that was the first day I remember ever working at a job where it was like, holy crud, I am an old man. And I wasn't that old. I was 26 or something. I don't know how old I was. Maybe I was 26. I don't know. That sounds about right. Yeah, 26. And I was just beat up. Now, the reason I link this with blood donor is because there's no good reason other than these kind of two jobs are linked in my mind for location, and they happen within a couple days of each other. If you've been paying attention to the series, you'll know that I was a blood driver, so I was familiar with the blood world. And so in Utah, this is illegal in California, by the way, but in Utah, you can donate your plasma for money. And I'm like, yeah, this sounds good. I got tons of plasma. I don't know what I'm doing with all this plasma. I got to get rid of some of my plasma. And so I could donate plasma. And they had this sliding scale because they wanted you to keep coming back. And it's like the first time you got like $5, and then you came back a week later and you got $10. And if you kept doing it for the entire month, you could make, I don't know, like $250 or $300, which is enough to pay rent. And so I'm like, this will be fine. So I show up there and I'm given plasma. And what plasma is, they put the thing in there, and they don't take all your blood. They just kind of take the plasma out of your blood, so you can function. Because I think you can only give blood like every 52 or 54 days, because if you give blood too much, you will die. But you can give plasma like once a week or something like that, because you regenerate the plasma much quicker. Well, I'm given this plasma, and afterwards I kind of stand up and I'm like, whoa, I don't feel so good. They're like, did you eat a big breakfast? I go, I thought I did. I could not function the rest of the day. So that was my last day of giving plasma and my last day of working at the car wash. They weren't the same day, but they were within a couple days of each other. And you know what? And I gave up on both of those. And you're feeling pretty low when you give up on the car wash and you're like feeling so lazy that you can't even donate plasma. I mean, winos, let's face it, winos are donating plasma. That was a low point, let me tell you. It's like, yeah, I can't even give plasma. But one thing I learned when I was working at the car wash is that people have big dreams. Because these guys I'm working with, because I wasn't the only one wiping down these cars as soon as they came out of the car wash. There were other guys I was working with, and man, they would tell me the most extravagant, fantastic dreams they had for their lives and how their lives were going to turn out. And I was thinking, man, you guys are just working at a car wash. And then I was thinking, wait a minute, I'm just working at a car wash. I have big dreams too. So I guess the takeaway from these two jobs is, one, have big dreams, even if you're working at a car wash. And two, I'm mortal. This was the first job that I had where I can't like suck it up because I'm just wiped out. I'm sure if I went back a couple more days, I would have been fine. But it's that first day is always the hardest. So that's jobs. I should say jobs. Job number 24, car wash blood donor. So next time you're donating plasma, getting your car washed, look around you at the people next to you, your fellow winos or the people working at the car wash with you, and just know that you all have big dreams. And there's nothing wrong with that, and that's the way to live. That's the way to have big dreams. Nothing wrong with that. Thanks for listening, and thanks for watching. Tell your friends about this show. I'm happy to get more subscribers. My name is Matt McDowell, and you have been watching 52 at 52, job number 24, blood donor. Car wash blood. Actually, plasma. I should say plasma donor. But plasma donor doesn't sound as interesting as blood donor. In fact, I was just in Provo last week, and I saw billboards still. Do you need money for textbooks? Donate plasma. Still a growing concern. That'd be the job to get. What do? I take stuff that people generate and then sell it to other people. It's like sheep herder, sheep shearer. I shear sheep, only it's human plasma. I think I got it all. This is gonna be a nice short one.